When you were a kid, did you ever want to work in public transport? I mean, did you ever want to be the one driving the school bus, making sure all those whiny kids that you secretly hated got from point A to point B without dying horribly? What about catering? Ever wanted to bake delicious, questionably sourced treats to give away for free because you're such a nice guy? Social services then, making everyone's day a little easier by sacrificing your own time and productivity to ensure that the challenges they face aren't so dangerous. The class which is the focus of today's video is a free transporter, bakes questionable cookies for his friends, and is an indispensable part of any raid team. Today I will be talking about the Warlock, and explaining everything, not really, that you need to know if you want to play one of WoW's true dark magicians, and why despite how useful Warlocks actually are, they always seem impossible to find. So, you want to play a Warlock in World of Warcraft? Ooh, a spooky boy, yeah, I know who you are. Halloween is your favourite day of the year, Gengar is your favourite Pokemon, and you're kept up late by nightmares of the vanilla Warlock talent trees. Ooh, disgusting. Yeah, the Warlock is an interesting class for sure, and probably the only truly evil class thematically that players can actually choose to play in the game. You can take or leave your DKs, Demon Hunters, and even those stabby boys, the true dark players of WoW, play Warlocks. I mean, think about it. Rogues just magpies with a Columbine fetish who can't help the fact that no one likes them. Demon Hunters are played exclusively by weebs and children and therefore cannot be taken seriously, and Death Knights might actually be evil, but it's not by their own choice, and anyway, they move so slowly that they're practically harmless because you can just walk slowly away from them. Warlocks though, oh, you're evil. You chose the life of a green, scoliosis-riddled slave who was given everything to harness dark power. Your life, your sanity, your virginity. Well no, you still got that at least. And what have you gained in return for these horrific sacrifices? Well, as you set off on your epic quest to replace the Dreadmist heirloom set with a transmog consisting of more than 5 pixels, you'll gain access to 3 distinct Warlock specializations, which I'll quickly run through now. You've got one spec that's designed for edgy kids who are too young to raid on their dad's geared fire mage, one spec that's all about infecting your enemies with the clap, and one spec that's all about shipping over demonic minions from another dimension to work for you for low wages, with no employment benefits, and a high risk to their lives. Honestly, the most interesting of these 3 specs has to be the third one, the Demonologist. You're a sorcerer who has mastered the art of summoning these demons because you have the balls to read the books that the other mages at nerd school were too scared to look at. That's how I imagine it, and here's a little dramatic reconstruction of how I picture the path to becoming a Demonology Warlock actually going. Hello my fellow wizard, you made some really insightful wizard comments in the wizard class today. Would you like to come to my study group tonight so we can prepare for our exam season?
Oh no, sorry I can't. I'm going to Chaddington's Inn to hang out with my muscly warrior boyfriend and his friends. There's a rogue there who will sell us some gillyweed that we're going to smoke, and then we're going to get smashed on the butterbeers. I mean, you can come if you like.
No! I have no time to hang around with girls who just want to waste their lives away with meathead warriors and their criminal associates. I'm going to work out.
Oh, you work out? Where? At the school gym?
At the library. I'm going to the 3rd floor to do a little studying.
The 3rd floor? But that's the forbidden section. Who knows what dark and dangerous books can be found in there?
Exactly. You can go and get arcane finger blasted by those thugs. I'm re-rolling. And I'm pretty sure that's basically how it goes. You start off as a mage. I mean, theoretically, you've got to have some magical knowledge, right? And then bam, before you know it, you're injecting pure demon blood deep into your big veins and losing your hair. But it's not all bad. You see, Warlocks have a secret to them. Something you only really find out once you get into the raid scene, but which will instantly come to dominate your time playing this class. You see, you're not just another caster like those mages, shadow priests and Ellie shamans. You bring something called raid utility, and you bring it in spades. Now yes, mages and shamans have time warp and bloodlust, which are arguably the single most useful spell in the game, but hear me out. What's the likelihood of your raid team having a shaman healer? It's high, Probably just as likely to have a shaman as a healer as to have one as a caster, I'd say. So you're probably not going to be competing with one for your spot as a DPS. And as for mages, do they really bring much else other than Time Warp, which will be covered by a shaman if you have one? Big DPS obviously, but utility wise, not really. The point is that the stuff that you bring as a Warlock is unquestionably useful in any raiding environment. Healthstones, for example, a guaranteed instant heal for every member of the raid team whenever they choose to activate it. Fucking incredible on progression. Gateways, on fights like Gahoon, where getting from A to B quickly is essential to completing a phase or even an entire encounter, gateways are also incredibly helpful, especially if your raid team doesn't have a carefully crafted comp designed to deal with the demands of the encounter, which if you're not raiding at mythic difficulty, your team probably doesn't. And then there's summoning portals, so that you can minimise the downtime caused by your raid leader's terrible organisation skills and your team's general lack of effort. In short, you are the carry without even needing to do big DPS. Your very presence in a raid team is often necessary for progression purely due to the aforementioned abilities that you bring to the table. No matter how much they might pretend that you're just another caster, the fact is that your raid leader needs you. Yes, your DPS sucks, you dress like an expensive gimp, and your dot management is as effective as a juggler with no hands. Yes, you'll feel worthless because you know you've got your spot due to the utility your class brings, but who cares? Because when Master Loot inevitably returns, you'll be getting offered more staffs than the Jaina cosplayer with an OnlyFans page. Look, I know you're not supposed to laugh at your own jokes, man, but come on dude, leave a like for that one, right? You also tend to be pretty fucking overpowered too, right? And if Affliction is the spec which is on top, you can take pleasure in knowing that topping the meters is due to you being good at playing a reasonably difficult spec, as well as your OP status. You know, unlike Destruction. The reason why I think Warlock is fairly underplayed as a class is probably a combination of the gameplay coming across as fairly tedious for a lot of people, the fact that it's a pure DPS, meaning that you don't have healers and tanks considering the class as a main, and also the sad truth that all that utility can become such a chore. Seriously, as someone who has mained a Warlock in the past, albeit for a short time, I can tell you that summoning lazy raiders and putting down gateways so your team can cheese an encounter, not to mention the fucking healthstones, can get old very quickly. But overall, the Warlock is a solid pick for anyone who wants a bit of a challenge, whether that comes from doing high DPS or helping manage a group of children who call themselves a raid team. All aboard the school bus, kids. Make sure to only take one of my delicious green cookies. Oh, don't worry. It's just food colouring. Nothing shady about these bad boys whatsoever. What? Why is your skin going green? What are you talking about? Relax, kid. You just need a rest. Just click on the portal so I can bring the rest of your little shitmates here. No respect these days. So there you have it. Literally everything that you need to know about playing a Warlock in WoW. Yep. Completely educational information. You're definitely qualified to play one now that you've watched this video. I'm sure you'd agree that sharing it around with all of your friends who play WoW and your guildmates is a great idea and totally worth doing right now, this very second. Seriously though guys, thanks for watching. I love making these videos and can't wait to get stuck into the next one. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing to the channel for more class videos and sharing this one with anyone you think might get a laugh out of it. I should have the next episode finished in about a week's time, so look forward to that. I'm Vulgrin, I'll catch you later, bye bye.